our brand voices are so specific. Having AI, just we can train it all we want. It's not there.
Today, I'm chatting with Mary Aguililla. Mary works at Hatch as a Lifecycle Marketing Manager. She was previously at Skillshare for almost 6 years and is always someone I really love talking to. Hope you enjoy our chat. I don't know about you, but I feel like this year, January 1st, 2025, there had been a page that was turned and AI has just every day I wake up and there's like a new AI technology, icebreaker question. What has kind of been your aha moment with AI where you're like, okay, I see the value?
Yeah, I would say similar to you, had dabbled in AI, like knew of it. And then, yeah, beginning of this year, it was like, whoa, this is the thing, apparently. So
Apparently.
we had our staff retreat for Hatch. And as part of that, we also had lots of presentations on what different teams were working on. I ended up seeing a lot of people on our team using AI, but I also started dabbling in AI myself as part of that and I remain skeptical of AI.
That's good. It's good.
Yeah, so we can get into that, but I did start to kind of have the light bulb of, oh, pragmatically, there are things that I could use AI for to help me in my role. So coming back from the retreat, started making these custom GPTs, which I was using to help me analyze testing results, get insights from those faster. Often saw like it was hallucinating data. It was making assumptions about things I hadn't given it information on. It was like herding cats to really get it to do the stuff that I wanted it to do. So then in our weekly team scrum, someone showed off something. They had vibe coded this tool, and I realized, oh, what I'm actually doing, I don't need AI to be doing the task. I just need AI to help me build the thing to complete that task again and again and again. That's when I started using Claude and created a specific co-pilot to transitioning these custom GPTs into basically HTML files. So now I can just upload a spreadsheet and it gives me really quickly what was the winner, was it statistically significant, what was the lift, and it drafts this really rough Slack update, which definitely is not in my tone of voice. It needs editing, but at least it gets you started on how to present the findings. And that was the big unlock for AI with me. It's like, okay, this isn't about content creation. It's not the copywriting. It's not the image creation. It's operationally, there's a lot that we can do to simplify things.
How are you personally staying on top of AI tools and emerging trends?
Again, very lucky at Hatch. We have a Slack channel called Inspo AI. That's where we share stories about like Anthropic's vending machine that went insane and had an existential crisis. Like that's all the latest news, but I think good news to have for when you think about how to use these tools. I think I mentioned we have our weekly company scrum, and we have time set aside every week now where people are showcasing what they've been working on with AI. So it's clearly a company priority. LinkedIn has no shortage of
No, it doesn't.
People with AI solutions. Yeah. So I think it takes some trial and error, but eventually you kind of find other professionals that have similar opinions of you. And then you kind of find like the outer bands on either side to keep you in check.
I'm curious how you would recommend bringing in others who are resistant or skeptical into embracing AI.
Yeah. I mean, I would say first off, I continue to remain a skeptic and suspicious of it. So I still have my guard up. Want to be really mindful that this is a tool, not a crutch, and would encourage someone who's skeptical to think through, the things they have to do with their role. What if you could have the magic wand to wave it away or make it easier and all that stuff? What would you do? Likely that's a lot of like kind of technical automation, formatting things that AI is good at. My skepticism definitely comes from a place of what does this mean for creatives and critical thought and all of that. So I didn't want to start with anything like writing copy or making images or anything like that. Starting with those more technical pieces, it can get your footing and start getting like kind of quick wins on hopefully something that improves your day-to-day work.
Would you say the whole like creative control piece is what keeps you up at night when it comes to AI?
What doesn't worry me about AI? I would say really high level, like really high level. I went to a liberal arts school. I was in the humanities. So I'm well aware of like the STEM humanity butting heads. AI is pouring gasoline on that kind of eternal battle in a lot of ways. And I worry, in the excitement of what these tools can do, because they can do a lot. Are we taking time to pause and think through that? One of the other things that often comes up is obviously what this is doing to jobs. I think particularly for like the early grad, definitely a concern. Like, what are we going to be doing to make sure that people still can get in the door, gain experience? That experience isn't just going to materialize for those new grads. So, as people use AI more, like information does have to be structured in a way so these AI agents can even work with it. Is that maybe then the future where like entry level jobs are the ones where you learn how to make the AI tooling be effective, and then you get exposure that way.
Do you think that all of this introduction of AI is going to change the like dynamics or team structures in marketing?
I feel like there's no way it's not going to impact headcount. Realistically, I think it's a question of 4 different business sizes that can look very different at different levels. Some businesses may decide, I don't need the creatives. I'll let AI do that. I want the technical people. And other places say the complete opposite. We can operationalize a lot of this. Hatch, our brand voices for both adults and then like parents are so specific, especially because for the parent side, your child's sleep is a very fraught topic. And so having AI, we can train it all we want. It's not there.
Now, to close it off on maybe more like a positive note, what would be one piece of advice you'd give a marketer just starting their AI journey?
I think it would be to have patience. You have to be able to prompt AI very specifically to get the output that you want. Until I start working with AI, I did not appreciate how much context as a professional and human I've absorbed for my work, because then you start prompting the AI and it's just spitting back.
You're like, are you not reading my mind? Like, what's going on here?
It's like, oh, this is the AI slop they talk about. And then you start getting better at the prompting. You start just practicing that, and you'll get better. You'll get better output. So I think it's just to have patience and know that there's going to be growing pains, not only in the very beginning, if you're like completely new to AI, but also anytime you start a new project and you're using that AI, even if it's something you've trained on, you're still going to have some time when you start a new project where you're having to kind of put it back on the right path. Again, like we should be challenging whatever output we're getting, because ultimately, like, we're the human with all of the context. I give all of the little GPTs silly names. Ones like You've Got Email and LCM and the pictures Meg Ryan. Like, keep it fun.
And my breath catches in my chest until I hear 3 little words. You got mail.